These three countries can be your stepping stone to moving abroad. One, the first country is Slovenia. I've thought about Slovenia a lot recently. I've even posted about it on my personal channel and pages as well. So there's two vocational schools currently ongoing right now in Slovenia that you can actually apply. There's no age limit. The process is not that difficult if you know what you are doing. So Slovenia is actually in Europe. Like I keep saying always, the goal is to move somewhere, then from that place you move to somewhere else. Slovenia can be your starting point. The process is not that tedious. The thing that most people are actually having challenge with is the visa process. Because let's say if you're in a country where there is no embassy, there is you need to move from where you are to another country to apply for the visa. That is the main challenge. But the tuition fee is actually affordable. Some schools do allow instrumental payment. All you just need to do is after watching this video right now, pull up your phone, look up schools for international students in Slovenia. Then if you look at these schools, look at the tuition fees, look at the application fees, because that's something you need to be aware of, and also the language of instruction as well. Then after looking up all these things, and you find, something that you love, then look at how to apply. The documentation required is very, very necessary. For example, they need authentication, they need localization, they need translation, they need notarization. If you are not able to meet up this year, and it's a country that you want to apply to next year, the right time is to start now. So that once you start now, then next year or towards the end of this year, you are already half of the whole thing. Like you're already ahead of most people. That is for Slovenia. Same thing was for Slovakia as well. Look up schools for Slovakia for international students. One thing I love about Slovenia is they have really cheap schools. Like, God, like cheap schools. If you see BXC for $2,000, for 2,000 euros, very, very cheap. You see for masters as well, guys. If you do your due diligence, if you take time to research and look for informations, you understand why I'm making this video. You understand why I'm saying all these things. But the funny thing is, you guys don't do much research. Like you guys just want everything to be on a platter of good for you guys, but it doesn't work that way. If you take your time to research on this place I'm calling, then you understand what I'm saying. But the same thing here is the hurdle, that is the visa process. Moving from where you are to another country for the visa application. I was on a call with somebody and I said, do you know the main thing that will actually stop people from moving to these countries, despite it's in the EU, is the visa process? Do you know why? Because if there are 1,000 people looking at these countries, people that will end up succeeding or end up finishing the whole thing can be like 50 or 100. And that's the honest truth. Because it's not everybody that's willing to follow up this process to the end. That's the challenge. That's the challenge. But apart from that, people are actually interested. They have seen it, they have looked at it, they have looked at these countries, they have looked at the tuition fee, but the visa process, the thing. So personally, I would say if something you can do, start early with the process and you are good to go. I know of a lady that despite the process of New Zealand and everything, she has to still go the process of doing this New Zealand visa. And she got it despite the whole process she went through. That's a level of dedication and consistency in getting what you want. So I'll encourage you guys to do the same as well. Now the third country I want to talk about is Serbia. I know most people will be like, why are you talking about Serbia? It's not in Europe, it's not in EU, I must say. But guys, it's a stepping stone. Recently, I've been looking at Serbia. I've been looking at the countries. Personally, I've met people from Serbia. I've met a lot of Serbians here in Portugal. I believe most of you guys know me by now. I live in Portugal. I've met a lot of Serbians who we have gone out for dinner. I spoke to them, heard from them, and from the country as well. And most of them, they are here as tourists. You know, they left home to come here and see Portugal. So when I spoke to them, they're really nice, cool, amazing people. Despite, of course, everybody's not nice. That doesn't mean everybody in the country is nice, which is normal. But at least it's a place where you can start from. When it comes to the salary, though Serbia is a income country, It's not that wealthy, but at least it's a place you can at least start to build yourself. Two, when it comes to the wage, the salary is not that big, but it's a starting point. Three, when it comes to the schools, let's say you want to look at schools in Serbia, there are preparatory language courses, there are schools you can look up to. I don't have to start calling names of the schools here because I don't have them at the top of my head. But after watching this video, if Serbia is now a place you want to move to, take your phone, guys. I say take your phone, look up schools in Serbia, look at preparatory language courses in Serbia, look at maybe vocational schools in Serbia, or maybe schools, BS or masters in Serbia, and you see their tuition fee, the applications, the requirements, and you see how it takes. Also look up the visa application, then you understand what I'm saying. Serbia. Somebody asked me a question about Serbia. What do you think about Serbia? Do you know what I said? It's a stepping stone. It's a place you can use to navigate other places. I have a friend. He's not interested in moving to Europe. He's never a fan of Europe at all. He's just a big fan of Canada. I hope he's watching this video. Do you know what? He has been saving up money for years just to make sure he meets up the Canadian requirements, the proof of funds, the school and everything. Yes. But guess what, guys? Imagine if he channels that energy, that money which he has now into European countries. He might have moved years before now, but he's not interested. Why? He said he's too tired of learning a new language. He doesn't want to go a place where they don't speak English. Most of the challenge in this country I just mentioned is the language. But if you just look beyond the language, you go there, see yourself as a child who's just trying to grow up again, you don't know anything, you're starting a new life, it's a big stepping stone. So somebody again commented that, hey, don't advise people to go to all these places that they don't speak English. Let them hustle up, save money, move to country like UK, Canada, Australia, and all of that. I'm like, do you know how much it takes to get to these places? Do you know the process involves? How about you, somebody who is self-sponsored? Do you have that kind of money to pull up to get to all those places? But if you're somebody who just building life all on your own, my best advice, that's what I did. Start somewhere. Start somewhere. Baby steps at a time. You'll definitely get there. The Canada you want, you will get there with time. All you just need is baby steps. I'm not a fan of Canada. I've not for one day decided I want to go to Canada, but most people love Canada. That's for them. But the goal is baby step to where you want to go. I have a particular place I want to be finally. But the goal is one step at a time. So guys, that's all I just want to say. Slovenia, Slovakia, Serbia, consider these places, look up these places and see something you can do. But meanwhile, do something for me. Comment below, tell me your thoughts, what you think, the process is. If you're already on the process already, or if you just want to begin, and if you need help or support in the process, below this video description there is a link to send an email. The team and people I do work with, are ready to help and support you based on information we already have in these countries as well. We are so much happy to help and support. But meanwhile, it is a paid service. Just be aware. Alright, so on the video description as well, there is a link to join the Telegram community. There are people talking about Slovenia, talking about Slovakia, also Serbia as well. Then you also get information from them on how you can achieve the journey. The goal for me here, guys, is to see people move. I've spent years looking for visa. I paid money to agents. I lost money. And I want people to repeat that same pattern. That's the end goal for me. Alright, so if you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. My name is Omar as always.